And with that, welcome inside the Liberty University Natatorium in Lynchburg, Virginia for today's tri-meet featuring the Vixens of Briar College, the Maroons of Roanoke College, and the Hornets, the host school, University of Lynchburg. I'm Joe Hutzler, the voice of the Hornets, riding solo with you tonight. Friday Night Lights inside this natatorium, and as is usual, we will begin this event with the women's 200-yard medley relay. As you see it on your screen, the bottom is lane 1 through lane 9. There will be 6 lanes in use during this. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Lynchburg, Roanoke, Sweetbriar, and University of Lynchburg. Now things have changed a bit on you. Lane 1 is at the top. Lane 7 at the bottom of your screen. You've got Mackenzie Betts, Hadley Baker, Lindsay Hare, Maddie Andrews, Cass Carpenter, and Carolina Steckler in the pool for each respective team. Now diving in lane 1, Kylie Kolka, lane 2, Kara Veal, lane 4, Claire Galloway, 5, Sarah Virginia Scott, 6, Peyton Murphy, and 7, Claire Evco. Right now, lane 4 is in charge. That's Claire Galloway with the breaststroke. Diving in next in lane 4 will be Savannah Solenberger, trying to keep the lead for the Hornets. Also on the third leg of each team, we have Olivia Coonan, Mariah Vinson, Kimberly Large, Devin Montgomery, and Ariana Perez. One leg left in the 4x50-yard medley relay. Last legs for each team. We've got Shelly Harris, Paige Shaka, Erin Woodkowski, Elizabeth Roberts, Elizabeth Sanford, and Abby Arthur. It's tight, folks. Lane 4 and 5. Check it out. As they come in, lane 4 and 5, looks like Roanoke is going to have the best kick at the end. And yes, the Maroons take the win in the opening event. Elizabeth Roberts, the anchor of that relay team. Erin Woodkowski for Lynchburg, putting lane 4 in second. Third place, Abby Arthur's squad in lane 7. Fourth place, Roanoke in lane 2. So congratulations to the Maroons. They get the first victory of the night. And now it's the men's 200-yard medley relay as they let the ladies get out of the pool. First 6 lanes in use for this heat. It'll be Roanoke, Lynchburg, Roanoke, Lynchburg, Roanoke, and Lynchburg, since those are the 2 men's teams swimming today. Briar College, if you did not know, is an all-female institution. I think we're going to have to move our finish line cam, our starting line cam. Wasn't aware the official will be there. Now we know, so we'll make that change throughout the broadcast. Meanwhile, we are underway. Here are your swimmers. Starting in lane 1 through 6, Logan Kale, Trevor O'Neill, Colin Ruby, Kevin Bennett, Richie Evans, and Luca Hokai. Lane 5 and 4, those based on time should be your favored lanes. And right now it is lane 5 in the lead. Diving in next for each team, Jacob Wynn, Mason Swanner, Connor Bitts, Chris Jennings, Connor Kikema, and James Hughes. This is the breaststroke leg. This is a leg that Chris Jennings has shown major progress in for the Hornets. It is neck and neck. It is cap and cap, fingertip to fingertip. Jennings out there with Connor Kinkema. And it'll be the Hornets with the lead after 2 swimmers. Matt Kokis, Landon Ellis, Chris Homer, Parker Hands, Ben Tate, and Henry Walls in the pool now. Lynchburg has the slight lead. Parker Hands in lane 4 for the Hornets. But check out Ben Tate. He is coming up fast. It's anybody's race right now. A dead heat on the last leg. Mac Calvert, William Casemeyer, David R. Darkwa, Kellen Campbell, Xavier Williams, and Chris Richardson. The battle is in lanes 4 and 5. Campbell and Williams. And Williams, much as he did the last time the Maroons were in this pool, showing off why he's the anchor leg. Full body length win for the Maroons. It's tight for third. And it is Roanoke just edging out the top 3 spot there for Lynchburg's William Casemeyer in lane 2 by 1/100th of a second. That is what we call tight. I'm trying to manually score for the first time ever, but they're not keeping the stuff up on the board long enough, so we'll have to get some assistance from those that are doing it for everyone in attendance today. That is right. We do have people in attendance for this swim meet, including some faculty and administrators for the University of Lynchburg. We've seen some maroon shirts from the folks down the road in Salem, Virginia, and we've also got some Sweet Briar relatives and fans in the building as well. Liberty University's policies for COVID-19 affording the opportunity for parents and fans alike to come in. I believe there's a sign-up sheet. I think it's like maybe 2 to a party, 2 to a swimmer. Mike Paverka, our director of golf at University of Lynchburg, mentioned to me by passing by there's going to be about 150 people here, which would be a record for the athletic season so far at University of Lynchburg, as of course no one is able to attend the basketball games. But I digress. It's time for the women's 1,000-yard freestyle event. Lots of time spent here in the pool for these ladies, and it is an event that I have much respect for them, men and women. 1,000 yards is just hard to fathom. So, starting in the top lane on your screen, we've got Hannah Hale from Lynchburg, Francesca Kuchna from Lynchburg in lane 2, Izzy Mack from Roanoke College in lane 3. In lane 4, Madeline Corbett out of the University of Lynchburg. In lane 5, it's Quinn Keatley from Roanoke. Dharma Keir in lane 6 from Sweet Briar. And in lane 7, it's Jordan Reeder out of the University of Lynchburg. Time to catch everyone's breath after that quick pace in the 200-yard medley relay. Really tight battle, as we expect here tonight, between these two top 4 ODAC schools. And of course, I'm speaking of Roanoke and Lynchburg in that statement. Going back to last year's ODAC tournament standings, at the end of it all, Lynchburg in their first year as a program getting a top 4 slot. They really feel like their women's program can ascend over Roanoke's. Tonight's going to be a huge moment to assess that progress, obviously. If you go back and look at the earlier meet in the season here at Liberty, when Roanoke was also competing against the Hornets, it really came down to the last few events. If you were able to score it yourself, you know how close it was for Lynchburg. And based on seed times, based on the best times of each swimmer from each squad today, if they were to finish in that order today, Lynchburg may have the victory. But of course, like any other sport, they do not base it on what is on a sheet of paper. So it will all come down to the results. Right now, the results show Roanoke dominating the 1,000 freestyle. Izzy Mack in lane 3 with the lead. Julia Valls in lane 2 in second place. And in third place is Quinn Keatley in lane 5. Time for the DJ to put on the Killers. I bet you know what song it is. It's really a shame because the Killers have a lot of great songs. But unless you purposefully look for them, you probably won't hear them in any function that you're attending unless it's Mr. Brightside. Now, this is the remix version. Sounds more like a Chainsmokers song if you can't hear it. So that does help out a little bit. Helps the young kids. I mean, think about that. For people my age, I'm 30 now. Mr. Brightside was huge in high school and middle school. And yet, everyone out here swimming, everyone on this LHSN student-led crew is aware of that song and that band. Not much has changed in the top 3 positions, except Quinn Keatley has now passed Julia Valls for Roanoke, but the Maroons still hold the top 3 positions. And then in 4th place right now, it's Madeline Corbett in lane 4 for the Hornets. The leaders have now gone 14 lengths of the pool. Not quite halfway. I think this is a very important year for Coach Brad Dunn and the Hornets, because last year, at any given moment, anytime there was a break in the action, he would send someone over to chat with me and fill some time. This year, that has not been the case. We did have the president, Allison Morrison Shetler, was on during our first broadcast of the winter season. But, yeah, no interviews with coaches or players. Not like last year when you're clamoring for airtime. Some of that may have helped as well, as this Hornet squad doubled their roster total from a year ago. Well over 50 swimmers now on this team. So many swimmers, the Generals decided they did not want Lynchburg to travel to Lexington. That's why there's been such a long pause between events. Won't be too much time, though. Next Wednesday, the 10th of February, we're back here in the natatorium at Liberty University for Lynchburg versus Emory and Henry on LHSN, just before the Wasps ship out to Division II next season. Still the three-headed monster of the Roanoke Maroons. 21 lengths of the pool coming up now for the top 3. It's Julia Valls, Quinn Keatley, and Izzy Mack. So Valls was in 2nd, then fell back to 3rd, and now is in 1st place there in lane 2. You see her touch the wall and turn. Well, I guess you turned and touched. I know we just started, but I do want to go ahead and give a shout out to the crew tonight. Been watching a good bit of other swimming broadcasts at all levels throughout the past couple of days, mainly for the on-air talent portion, trying to learn something for myself. But I learned that not too many at any level do it better than LHSN. So we hope you are enjoying the extra effort put in by these students to bring you 4 camera angles today. Now, technically, there's 3 on the pool and 1 on the board, but that gives us the best way to showcase to you the times and the finishes. Shout out to George Diamond getting all of his steps in today on camera 1, high atop the pool. Laurencia Moten, who also is one of our LHSN analysts on women's basketball games. She's down there at the far end of the pool on the deck, what we call camera 2. I'm going to have to figure out this official's name in front of us because he's pretty much hogging up camera 3 right now. So we got to give him a name. We got to make camera 3 his camera. That's what we're going to call it. And of course, can't do any of it without someone hitting the right buttons. That's Max Bourne, our senior LHSN member, Not just because he's a senior in school, but because he's been here the longest. He's probably getting nervous because I'm talking about him so much. Might slip up and say something mean. Not today. Not today. Not until we're done. Then I'll think of something. Coming up on 29 links of the pool being completed for those in first through third. That's Vols, Mack, and Keatley, lanes 2, 3, and 5. Madeline Corbett still in fourth place for Lynchburg. 8:08.58 is her time through about, I guess it would be 28 links. She just turned, yeah, so 28. 8:27.22, that's the leading time right now. Julia Vols in lane 2 for the Roanoke Maroons. If there are other specific topics you'd like for us to cover, there's time, because of course following the women, there'll be the men's 1,000-yard freestyle. And if you'd like to reach me directly, you can do so on Twitter at Joe Hutzler. Only good comments and good topics, though. Leave the negativity elsewhere. It's Friday. Time to have a good time. You know, growing up, my family was nervous about how much I talked to myself, but it's paying off now. Coming down to the final links for this 1,000-yard freestyle event. It has been all Roanoke from the get-go. Lanes 2, 5, and 3. Vols, Keatley, and Mack. Those are your top 3 right now for the Maroons. I wish that we had seed times. I think that would be very helpful just to understand, you know, how close they are to a personal best or even a school record. Unfortunately, that information is not available at this time, but it will be available if those numbers are calculated after the event and deemed successful. You can find those, of course, on each of these teams' athletic websites. Lynchburg's is lynchburgsports.com. I believe Roanoke's is simply roanokemaroons.com. But I'm going to take out this trusty cell phone of mine and double check for you in case you don't already know, and just so that I can see if I was right. Yes, indeed, roanokemaroons.com, as the last link is coming, well, last 2 I should say, in lanes 2, 5, and 3. That is your leader, Julia Vols, then Keatley, then Mack. Of course, if you're a fan of the Vixens, you can also head to their webpage to see the results this evening, vixenathletics.com. So everyone will have you covered at the end of this. And based on that reaction, that must have been a good time for Julia Vols. 11:18.53. She wins the women's 1,000 freestyle, and her teammates are super happy for her. Lane 5's Quinn Keatley finishes second, and lane 3's Izzy Mack is in third place. Well out in front of anyone else as the fourth place finisher, Lynchburg, Madeline Corbett, jumps on the board. You can see it there on your screen now. Those top 4 are finished. We still have some swimmers in the pool to go. Now for the men, they won't have as many competing in this event, just 5. There will be 3 Roanoke swimmers and 2 Lynchburg swimmers. And one of the Lynchburg swimmers I owe an apology to, because in passing, with my mind on other things, I called him the wrong name. But I will not call him the wrong name now, mainly because it's in front of me on a piece of paper, but also because I only do that once. I try to make that a thing. If I mess up your name once, I hope that it's the last time that I do it. So, still have a few more ups and downs to go for Dharma Kier in lane 6. You can see the scores and finishes on your screen. Slightly crooked, but I did my best to level out the camera. It may feel like an alone feeling, a very lonely feeling being the only swimmer still out there. But it also is a really cool moment. If things hold true from the past, that when she comes for her last 50, Dharma Kier, the majority of the venue will cheer for her. And like I said last time we were on the air for a swim meet, that just does not happen. Does not happen everywhere. A lot of people like to equate track and swim as far as how the meets are constructed. I don't see that too often in track meets, and I've been to a good chunk of them from middle school on up, and it's a little more, it's a little less friendly in that regard. Dharma Kier will complete the 1,000 freestyle event. You hear the round of applause. And the officials trying to let the ladies know they can get out. You might be wondering if you saw Lynchburg swimmer Madeline Corbett go back down. I think she's going back down to hold the paddle. No, actually, she is going to get out up there. Interesting. Thought maybe she was going to finish her 1,000-yard freestyle and then hold the paddle for the men. So here we go. Here are the men for the 1,000-yard freestyle. Jacob Cole, 20-year-old out of Roanoke College in lane number 1. Spencer Swam, who is the gentleman that I will not forget his name ever again. It's also a swimming name. Come on, Joe. Swam. 21-year-old from University of Lynchburg is in lane 2. Jake Bowery in lane 3, 21 out of Roanoke. Ryan Legge out of Lynchburg in lane 4, age of 19. And a 20-year-old Josh Rauch in lane 5 from Roanoke College. Now, why, might you ask, did I say how old they were? Well, I don't have in front of me what year they are. And I figured if I said that, it would take a little bit more time. Because now I'm done. Checking my phone. I got nobody helping me out with topics or questions. You can ask questions. I mean, not only am I a college graduate, I've got current college students working for me, so they might be able to help, especially if it's a math question. Whew, I'll go ahead and pass that off now. I had to take math twice in college. What's up next, you ask? Oh, let me help you out here. I'll tell you. Women's 200-yard freestyle. There's 2 heats in that one. So double the fun. And there are some seed times coming up for some of these swimmers in the future, so that's good. That'll help out, especially if you're in heat 1 of 2 and you're trying to prove that you can be in heat 2. It's good for you to have that time and good for us to know that time so that we can see if they've improved. Then we have, of course, the men's 200-yard freestyle. That is 1 heat, followed by both men's and women's 100-yard backstroke. There will be 2 heats in the men's 100-yard backstroke. When are the intermissions, you ask? Well, between events 14 and 15, between the 50-yard and the 100-yard freestyle events. And then again, after event 24, which is the 100-yard butterfly, and before the women's 400-yard IM. There are 28 events this evening, so strap in. get comfortable, grab some Doritos, even though they're not our sponsor. I'll just put it out there. And if you really want to get crazy, if you really want to expand your palate, I'll let you in on a little Hutzler secret for snacks. Nacho cheese Doritos and cottage cheese. I know, everyone's looking at me or looking at the screen going, what in the world are you talking about? What kind of crazy late night college snack? You're poor, you need something quick combination that you just come up with. I'm just telling you, I had the same reaction when my dad did that one night. And just like my father, I don't knock it before I try it. And I've never knocked it since. So, just saying, give it a shot. Give it a shot. I kind of want that now, actually. Max doesn't want it now. Our director, Max, says, nah, I'm good. Okay, all right. Whatever you do, don't make, okay, Max said he is going to try it. Don't make the mistake of Cool Ranch and cottage cheese. Stick with the nacho cheese Doritos. Let's take a look at the pool right now. We're 4.5 minutes into this men's 1,000 freestyle. We're on about, looks like 18 links of the pool completed. And in first place is lane 1, Jacob Cole. Lane 5, Josh Rauch is in second place. And then Jake Bowery in lane 3 is in third place. So on the women's and men's side of this long distance event, Roanoke is taking care of business. I feel like there's a lot of pressure on the event after this, right? I mean, people tend to zone out. They tend to check their phones, check their emails, during this, come back with like 5 links left to see the finish. And so those in the 200-yard freestyle, they really have to show out. They really got to bring people back in. They really got to pump us full of some entertainment, some quickness. We'll see if they can do that. We'll have 3 heats technically total. Again, 2 heats for the women and 1 heat for the men. Oh, there we go. Matthew Payne, thank you, sir. Shouting out the live stream team tonight. Best camera work he's ever seen, Max. So don't tell the crew yet. It's still too early. They could get big heads and we could have a problem. I think we're okay. I think we got it. I think we'll be as long as we don't have the issues we had last year with batteries dying, then we should be okay. We've learned our lesson. See, we learned with this Lynchburg program, okay? We've never done swimming before. I've never done swimming before. And shoot, if you try to get inspiration from other competitors, you might as well stick a camera up in the corner and just keep it stationary. So that's not going to work. That's not our standard. So we've learned, as the team has learned, and this program has learned from their first year mistakes. We've learned ours, and I would say tonight we are being rewarded for those painstaking moments. And so are you. That's the important part, because the majority of you cannot be here. And so we need to do what we can to make you feel like you are. The only difference is, if you were here, there would not be someone sitting right next to you talking directly into your ear for 2 hours. Max, I love how Matthew Payne commented on the camera work. He didn't say anything about me, so I still have some work to do. Oh boy. 30 links have been completed in the 1,000-yard freestyle. We're almost at 8 minutes total in the event. And we've got a new leader in lane 5. Josh Rauch. On lane 1, Jacob Cole is in second place. And right now, Rauch leads with an 8:15.65. And he's got around 7 lengths left. He's starting to pull away here late. That's the most impressive part to me. I mean, whether it's long distance running, long distance swimming, the fact that there's still some left in the tank, how you're able to hold that reserve for 8 minutes. I mean, at least 8 minutes, right? And then you're like, okay, now I'm going to let some more out. I'm going to start kicking in. I'm going to start, even if I'm not in a tight race, I'm going to try to beat my time. I've never been able to wrap my head around that because I never had to do it. And it's so impressive. The people in this pool right now, they might be a part of the quote-unquote most boring event, but in my opinion, they're some of the best athletes, if not the best athletes, because of their stamina, the endurance that it takes to do 1,000 yards in the pool. It's incredible. And you're not just swimming freestyle in a straight line for 1,000 yards. You're turning. You're going back and forth, back and forth. It's awesome. And the real definition of awesome, not just what we say when we have nothing else that we can go to and just, oh, it's awesome. No, it's awesome. Two lengths left for Josh Rauch. 9:48.28 is his time right now. (9:56.57) is second place Jacob Cole in lane 1. A 10:01.56 for Jake Bowery in lane 3 in third place. Ryan Legg is in fourth place. Spencer Swam in fifth. Those are your 5 swimmers. And a 10:15.70 for lane 5's Josh Rauch. That is your winning time for the men's 1,000-yard freestyle event. Jacob Cole comes in second. Jake Bowery in third place, just as the women did. The Maroons land on all 3 steps of the podium. Ryan Legg with a 10:35.99. And Spencer Swam is finishing up his last link. And there we go. The men's 1,000-yard freestyle is in the books. And we are moving on to Heat 1 of the women's 200-yard freestyle. Now it's time to pick things back up. Hope you got your chips and your dips and your drinks. Because now if you blink, you'll miss it. The officials are letting the gentlemen know they can get out of the pool. I've seen that every event. They're telling them go ahead and get out. And in past events, we've seen them stay in until that first group dives in. Don't know if there's safety concerns or what the change is tonight. But either way, we are underway in the women's 200-yard freestyle. Heat number 1. Lanes 2 through 8 are like this: Amanda Cash, Elizabeth Sanford, Nono Nolan, Ricky Horton, Cass Carpenter, Hayden Updike, and Nora Florio. That'll be Lynchburg, Sweetbriar, Lynchburg, Roanoke, Sweetbriar, Lynchburg, and Sweetbriar. And after 50 yards, it's Nono Nolan in first place with a 28.70. Followed by Cass Carpenter in lane 6 and Ricky Horton in lane 5. No Nolan, a two-sport athlete at Lynchburg. She's also a women's golf athlete. Transferred last year to Lynchburg. Actually earned an award right before COVID shut down things. She was the ODAC's Women's Golf Athlete of the Week. And then everything got upside down. But now we're back. Wearing face masks, which, okay, that's fine this time of year because it helps us keep our face warm. But other than that, it's business as usual for these swimmers. Taking care of business in the women's 200-yard freestyle is No Nolan. 2 lengths left. She's got a 134.96 on the board in first place. Cass Carpenter in lane 6 is in second. Ricky Horton in third. And right behind her is the senior Hayden Updike from Lynchburg in lane 7 with a 143.05. Could be a tight battle for third place in heat number 1. Not tight at the top, though. No Nolan is going to bring home the butter. 2:08.82, the time for the winning No Nolan. Second place is Cass Carpenter in lane 6. And in lane 5, Ricky Horton holds on for third place. So Lynchburg, Sweetbriar, Roanoke, the top 3. Very balanced finish in heat 1 of 2 of the women's 200-yard freestyle. Nora Florio finishing up in lane 8. We'll take a look at heat 2's list of swimmers. It'll be lanes 1 through 6, top to bottom on your screen once they get started. Michaela Johnson, Delaney Kennedy, Elizabeth Roberts, Lindsay Hare, Grace Fountain, and Abby Arthur. It's Roanoke and Lynchburg alternating from lanes 1 through lane 6. Swimmers step out. Next group ready to step in. First one in the pool with a .65 is Elizabeth Roberts. She's in lane 3. We'll see if that helps her. After the first 50, slight advantage. Right now it's lane 4 in the lead, coming through halfway up the pool. That's Lindsay Hare for Lynchburg. It's tight though. Hare, then Roberts. 11/10 separating the two. Third place right now is lane 2, Delaney Kennedy. Crucial points here for the overall score between Roanoke and Lynchburg on the women's side. Again, this is an event tonight that Lynchburg feels is a good measuring stick of their progress on the women's side and really feel like they can win tonight. It's as close as we expected. Elizabeth Roberts is in the lead. Lindsay Hare right behind her in second place. You got a better view than I do, and it's still hard to tell who's in first. 50 yards to go. Right now it's Hare by a hair. 900ths. Grace Fountain from Roanoke not too far behind in third with a 131.37. She's in lane 5, so check out the middle of the pool. 3, 4, and 5. Those are your top 3 right now. And what a push at the end. Excellent finish for Lindsay Hare. Also check out lane 2. Pushing hard is Delaney Kennedy. She gets third. Huge finish for Delaney Kennedy, fighting back. She was 5th with 50 yards to go. She jumps up 2 spots to 3rd to give Lynchburg a 1-3 finish in that heat. If you're scoring at home, that's 9 and 3 points for those respectively. Great win for Lindsay Hare. And a fantastic finish for Delaney Kennedy in lane 2. All right, let's move on to the men's 200-yard freestyle. Just one heat. Sorry if I blew out your ears right there. I got a little excited. We've got lanes 1 through 8. Jacob Lafferty, Matt Fields, Cole Henson, Jackson Sitton, Brian Grimmett, Trevor O'Neill, James Miles, and Gavin Wietendorf. Lynchburg in lanes 1, 2, 4, 6, and 8. Roanoke and the others. That's a fast 25 yards for the men. No pacing in this event. Check it out. We'll see who's still able to hold that pace. 50 yards in, and it's Brian Grimmett in lane 5 with the early lead. Cole Henson in lane 3 in 2nd. And Matt Fields for Lynchburg in 3rd in lane 2. Fields, the lone swimmer with a seed time on my sheet, a 2:11.59. We'll see if Fields can break his personal best of this season. It's still Grimmett and Henson in lanes 5 and 3. And now in 3rd place is Trevor O'Neill for Lynchburg in lane 6. Getting a bit closer in the middle of the pool. First place is still in Grimmett's grasp. He's got control. Jackson Sitton now in 3rd place for Lynchburg. There's been a different Hornet in 3rd place through each 50 yards. Well, now there's less than 50 to go. Can Grimmett hold on to give Roanoke the win? Who's going to get that 3rd place spot? Can Lynchburg fight for 2nd? Check out Jackson Sitton in lane 4. Hard push. It'll be Grimmett, then Jackson Sitton, followed by Cole Henson in lane 3. Great finish by Sitton, a 1:49.61 for Jackson Sitton. For Lynchburg, a 1:49.48 for Brian Grimmett, who gets the victory in the men's 200-yard freestyle. Moving right along, it's the women's 100-yard backstroke. One heat in this event, 7 lanes will be used, 1 through 7. And in lane 1, it is Hadley Baker, followed by Aaron Woodkowski from Lynchburg. Baker's from Roanoke, by the way. Beth Larkin from Roanoke. Carolina Steckler from Lynchburg. Maddie Andrews, a Maroon from Roanoke College, and the last 2 lanes, 6 and 7, occupied by Hornets, Madison Nowicki, and Mackenzie Betts. Carolina Steckler had a .55 from horn to pool. Quickest reaction time. And after 50 yards, it's a tight battle. Lanes 4 and 5, Steckler and Andrews. A 29.35 after 50 yards for Steckler. 50 yards to go. 4 and 5 still. That's where your eyeballs should be glued. That's where the battle is. Steckler with a slight lead at the turn, the final turn of this event. She's still got about a head length of a lead. Andrews' head is right on Steckler's shoulders. Here we go, folks, at the end. It's Steckler with the win, a 1 minute .48 for first, followed by Andrews in second place in lane 5, a 1 minute 77. And in third place, it's Hadley Baker in lane 1, a 105.46, just edging out Aaron Witkowski for third place, who finished with a 105.55. Now it's the men's turn for the 100-yard backstroke. 2 heats in this event, and 2 gentlemen swimming in heat number 1. One is a maroon, one is a Hornets. It's Logan Kale in lane 3 and Luca Hokai in lane 4. Logan Kale's seed time is 1:03.20. Logan Kale with a 29.37 after 50 yards. Again, for those interested, that seed time is 1:03.20. And he comes down the line for his final 25 yards. Luca Hokai right about at his feet. It's going to be Kale taking heat number 1 with a time of 1:01.80. So beat his seed time, his best time of the season. Congrats to Logan. Luca Hokai, you see on the board, a 1:03.44. Heat number 2, lanes 1 through 8 look like this. Jacob Wynn from Roanoke. William Casemeyer from Lynchburg. Mac Calvert, also from Roanoke. Then it's Kevin Bennett for Lynchburg. From Roanoke, it's Richie Evans in lane 5, followed by lane 6 is Kellen Campbell from Lynchburg. Colin Ruby in lane 7 from Roanoke, and Kanan Monteith in lane 8 for Lynchburg. The men's 100-yard backstroke. Keep your eyes on lanes 4 and 5 as usual, especially Kevin Bennett, podium finisher in the ODAC championships a year ago. He has won this event a few times. In his early journey as a Hornet. But there's a reason Richie Evans is in lane 5. He's pretty fast too, and after 50 yards, it is a dead heat. Holy cow. Only 800 separating Richie Evans and Kevin Bennett. That's first and second. Bennett's seed time is 1:04.22. He actually has a seed time slower than Kanan Monteith in lane 8 with a 1:02.69. But it's Bennett right now with the lead. Less than 10 yards to go. Bennett at the wall, touches first, followed by Evans, then Kellen Campbell from Lynchburg in third place. Bennett with a 53.71 to win the men's 100-yard backstroke. Excellent job for the Hornets to get 2 top 3 finishers to help out with their points against Roanoke on the men's side. Now it's time for the women's 100-yard breaststroke. All 9 lanes will be used for this one. It'll be Grace Zalkind from Lynchburg in lane 1, followed by Claire Evko from Lynchburg in lane 2. Then it's Cara Veal in lane 3 for the Maroons, followed by Claire Galloway, who had a national seed time last season, in lane 4 for Lynchburg. Sarah Virginia Scott in lane 5 for the Maroons. Caitlin Freese for the Hornets in lane 6, followed by another maroon, Audrey Payne in lane 7. Dharma Keir in lane 8, swimming in her second event of the night from Sweet Briar. And Kylie Kolka in lane 9 for the Hornets. Claire Galloway is the favorite in this event, and right now after 50 yards, she is in the lead by a body length. Excellent turn for Galloway, actually picked up some spots there. The battle is really going to be for second place. Check out lanes 3, 5, and 6. As tight as you can be. Beal, Scott, and Freese right now with 25 yards to go. So it's Galloway's to lose. Lane 2 also picking up some steam. Claire Evko. Check out Claire Evko. What a push here at the end. Can she hold on for second? She will. A 1-2 finish for Lynchburg, followed by Sarah Scott in lane 5 in third place for the Maroons. Galloway under a 110 with a 108.16. Great swim by Evko in lane 2 as well. As she looks up to the crowd with a big smile. I think that means Mommy Dearest is here. Can't wait to see the overall scores in just a few minutes for the women. It's going to be super tight. Meanwhile, here's the men's 100-yard breaststroke. Lanes 1 through 7 look like this. Connor Bitts from Roanoke, Zachary Bennett out of Lynchburg, Davis Wheeler from Roanoke, Chris Jennings from Lynchburg in lane 4, Connor Kinkema in lane 5 for Roanoke, Evan Gavin for the Hornets of Lynchburg in lane 6, and Austin Orange in lane 7 for the Maroons. Right now it's Chris Jennings being chased by 3 Maroons. He's the lone Hornet, slightly out in front after 50 yards with a 28-11. 28-27 was the time for lane 5's Connor Kinkema. These two have already had a great battle in the first event of the night, the 200-yard medley relay. It was this same event that they were so close on. Less than 10 yards. Kinkema just going to pull it off. Jennings will finish second. And in third, it will be Davis Wheeler. A 1:30 for Jennings, a 59.90 for Connor Kinkema. Swiftly moving into our next event, the women's 200-yard butterfly. All 9 lanes once again used for this event. In lane 1, it'll be Madeline Foreman from Lynchburg, followed by Molly Shand out of Lynchburg in lane 2. Then it's Bailey Gallagher in lane 3 for the Maroons. Then Savannah Solenberger in lane 4 for Lynchburg. Mariah Vincent in lane 5 for the Maroons of Roanoke. Peyton Murphy out of Sweet Briar in lane 6. Hannah Hale in lane 7 for Lynchburg, followed by 2 more Hornets and Emma Gray Spock and Olivia Coonan. 200-yard butterfly. Solenberger and Vincent, based on previous viewing, the last event we had here, those two were the favorites, and they are showing why. Vincent with a 29.38 through 50 yards of this 200-yard event. Again, there will be a 10-minute pause after event 14 in your programs. Oh, wait, you don't have a program, but I do. That's the men's 50-yard freestyle. During that pause, we will keep the cameras here, and we will show you the overall scores for the men's and the women. And then we'll show you some faces of the athletes, especially considering the COVID situation that we're in. A lot of you cannot be here, so we'll do our best to show you those that you would have come to see normally. Excellent battle here, finishing up the 200-yard butterfly. It's a dead heat. Solenberger and Vinson at the wall. It is going to be Vinson, 139.89 to a 140.32 for Savannah Solenberger in second place. Molly Shand picks up third place, and I did it again, didn't I? I did it again. I lost my place, and I thought it was over. Oh, my gosh. Coach Dunn's parents are going to rag me again. Okay, this is it right here. This is it. I know it. I know it this time. It's still close, folks. It could still work. It's still going to be Vinson with the win. A 2:17.28 to a 2:17.88, and Molly Shand is third. So I still had the places right, the finishes right, just had the times wrong. 2:20.61 for Shand. See, you can't take your eyes off these events. They're so fast. So many great swimmers in the pool. You look down for a second, you look ahead for a second, trying to give you some foreshadowing on what's coming up next. And I messed myself up. But I bet you've never heard an announcer that excited for 150 yards. Just putting that out there. As it has been, as it will be. The women first, then the men. Here's the men's 100-yard breaststroke. 7 lanes used. We'll wait for them to dive in before giving you the gentlemen's names and their school. Connor Bitts from Roanoke in lane 1. Zachary Bennett out of Lynchburg in lane 2. Davis Wheeler in lane 3 for Roanoke. And it's Chris Jennings out of Lynchburg in lane 4. Connor Kinkema in lane 5 for Roanoke. Evan Gavin in lane 6 for Lynchburg. And another maroon in the pool is Austin Orange in lane 7. Oh my goodness gracious. I need to go back to bed and try again. This is a 200-yard butterfly. Holy cow. 1 through 9, Chris Homer, Landon Ellis, Caleb Payne, Parker Hands, Ben Tate, Henry Walls, Ian Densley, Jason Weed, and Matt Kokas. I read those and think, those guys already swam. There's no way they're back in the pool. Oh, why do people even give me sheets of paper? Good night. Right now it's Ben Tate with a slight lead over Parker Hands in lane 4. Third place will be lane 2 at the moment, Landon Ellis. 126.71 for Tate right now, 127.17 for Hands. Parker Hands, Rookie of the Year, Rookie of the Meet, beg your pardon, want to get it technically correct. Rookie of the Meet in the ODAC last season. Ben Tate is 1 year older, and he's going to finish one place higher in this. As long as things hold true, yes. 157.77 for Ben Tate, followed by Parker Hands in second place, and Landon Ellis in lane 2 for Lynchburg. Makes it to the third step of the podium with a 2-minute 58 finish in the 200-yard butterfly. Now I flip my page. Definitely on the right one. 2 heats in the women's 50-yard freestyle. I will not look at my paper for this one. I'm just going to stay focused on the pool. It's up and back, 50 yards. I will tell you who is swimming real quickly, though. Lanes 2 through 7 will be used in heat 1 of 2 for the women. Shelly Harris, Devin Montgomery, Molly Shand, Peyton Murphy, Grace Rogansky, and Elizabeth Sanford are your swimmers in heat 1 of 2 in the women's 50-yard freestyle. Lynchburg, Sweetbriar, Lynchburg, Sweetbriar, Lynchburg. You guessed it, Sweetbriar. Checking out just with my eyeballs, looks like lane 4 is going to take the win. Molly Shand, she's still got the lead, and she'll keep it to the end. Shand with a 27:36 picks up the victory, followed by Devin Montgomery and Elizabeth Sanford, lanes 3 and 7. Heat number 2, 8 swimmers in lanes 1 through 6, and then skipping lane 7 to go to lane 8. Paige Sheka, Corinne Ford, Hannah Petty, Erin Wardkowski, Kimberly Large, Ariana Perez, and Grace Zalkind are your swimmers for the final heat of the women's 50-yard freestyle, the final women's event before the 10-minute intermission. Up and back as fast as you can. Wardkowski and Large in the middle of the pool. Right now it is Kimberly Large with a slight lead. Check out lane 6, Ariana Perez. She might get second. The battle is for second as Large wins with a 24:42, and Paige Sheka in lane 1 with a second place finish, 25:74. And then Corinne Ford, the first Lynchburg finisher, in third place in lane 2. Big victory for Roanoke, getting the most points from that 1-2 finish. I'm really intrigued to see what the overall score will be for the women during this intermission. Once we have it, you'll see it on your screen. Here are the men's 50-yard freestyle, the final event before intermission. Patrick Clancy, James Hughes, David Ardarkwa, Chris Jennings, Xavier Williams, Gavin Wietendorf, Colin Ruby, Ryan Legg, and Mason Swanner. And just like that, they've got only half the pool left. Xavier Williams, he's the favorite. He's got the lead. Chris Jennings right there in lane 4. It's going to be Williams with 21:52, followed by Jennings with a 22 flat and a 22:21 for David Ardarkwa. A 1-3 finish for Roanoke. Chris Jennings, the Hornet, in the middle in second place. Whew. We made it. It was bumpy. Well, it was bumpy for me, not for anybody else. But it was fun nonetheless. 14 events in the book so far out of 28. And we will take a 10-minute intermission. Again, once we have the final numbers, not the final, but the numbers to this point for these teams, we will put them on a graphic, flash it on the screen, and allow you to enjoy some downtime. If you are a Hornet fan and you want to kill some time by supporting another team, you can always check out the women's basketball program. They are on the road tonight at Ferrum College. You can find the video link at lynchburgsports.com. Head to the women's basketball schedule page or just click on schedules and results. You'll find it there as well. Back in about 10 minutes. See if I can, go somewhere and sit in a dark room and recover. All right, let's get back to work here with event number 15, the women's 100-yard freestyle. There will be 2 heats and a lot of ladies in the pool. 9 swimmers here in heat number 1. And they are in lane 1, Hayden Updike. Lane 2, Michaela Johnson. Lane 3, Elizabeth Sanford. Lane 4, Madison Navicki. Lane 5, Ricky Horton. Lane 6, it'll be Devin Montgomery, followed by lane 7's Grace Rogansky. Lane 8, Olivia Coonan. And in lane 9, it's Nora Florio. Those are your 9 swimmers in heat number 1 for the women's 100-yard freestyle. We showed you the scores for the men's and women's during that intermission. Now, we did not include Sweet Briar only because the graphic did not really bode well for the type of scoring that they're doing. Of course, it is kind of a double dual meet, so there'll be a Lynchburg versus Sweet Briar score, a Roanoke versus Sweet Briar score, and then a Lynchburg versus Roanoke score. And then that makes it really hard to put onto a graphic. So we did not include the Sweet Briar score, as Roanoke and Lynchburg did have the closest score, the most competitive score. So you saw that there's only 7 points separating Roanoke and Lynchburg, with the Maroons having the 69-62 lead at the moment. On the men's side, it's Roanoke dominating at the moment, 82-49. And after the first heat in the 100-yard freestyle, it's going to be Madison Navicki with a 1:67, followed by Michaela Johnson's 1:84 out of Roanoke. And then in third place, it's Olivia Coonan in lane 8 for Lynchburg, a 1:01.92. Stepping up for heat 2 will be 6 ladies. Paige Shika in lane 1, Caitlin Freese in 2, Hannah Petty in lane 3, Corinne Ford in lane 4, Elizabeth Roberts in lane 5, and Nono Nolan in lane 6. Roanoke, Lynchburg, Roanoke, Lynchburg, Roanoke, Lynchburg. Every women's event is more important than the last, based on how tight this event is so far. A .64 reaction from Elizabeth Roberts in lane 5. 25 yards are complete. And it's still pretty tight. Looking up at the big board, after 50 yards, in first place is Elizabeth Roberts in lane 5, followed by Paige Shaka in lane 2, and in lane 4, it's Corinne Ford in third place. Starting to pull away a little bit is Elizabeth Roberts for first place. Don't forget about Paige Shika in in lane 1. She will finish third. Corinne Ford finished in second for Lynchburg with a 57.25. A great last 50 for Ford to give Lynchburg 6 points in that swim. Maybe it was the Carly Jepsen tunes during the intermission. Corinne was all into Call Me Maybe. Heat 1 for the men's 100-yard freestyle, featuring Patrick Clancy from Roanoke and Henry Walsh from Lynchburg. .50 yards in, it's going to be Walls. His time is a 26.77. Still pretty tight between these two. Now Walls will pull away a little bit with less than 25 yards to go. Check out the kick from Patrick Clancy. Walls doesn't realize it. Now he does. At the wall, it is Walls. 55-28 to a 55-47, just barely. I don't know if Walls realized it until about 10 yards left, when he could see the other set of eyes staring back at him of Patrick Clancy. Either way, win for Lynchburg in heat number 1. But here's heat number 2. David R. Darkwell is in lane number 1. James Hughes in 2. Richie Evans in lane 3. Chris Jennings from Lynchburg in lane 4. Brian Grimmett, who's already won tonight, in lane 5 for the Maroons. William Casemeyer in lane 6. Xavier Williams in lane 7. And Chris Richardson in lane 8. Williams and Grimmett have won events tonight for the Maroons. Jennings has a couple of second places to help out the team's battle. After 50 yards, it's going to be Xavier Williams in lane 7 in first place, followed by Richie Evans in lane 3, then Chris Jennings in lane 4. Super close at the final turn. Williams has a slight edge in lane 7, closest to your screen, to the bottom of your screen rather. Check out the push by Richie Evans. At the wall, it's Williams, then Evans, followed by Grimmett and Jennings. Podium lockout for the Maroons. Xavier Williams with a 48.04. Second place, Richie Evans, a 48.05. You cannot get any closer than that without being a tie. Of course, you don't know what the thousands number was, but either way, a fingertip length. But there's bragging rights on the bus ride back to Salem. 2 heats now for the women's 200-yard backstroke. We have 3 swimmers in heat number 1. Mackenzie Betts for the Hornets is in lane 4. Cass Carpenter from Sweetbriar in lane 5. And Amanda Cash in lane 6 for the Hornets. Just taking in the sights and sounds around us down here on the deck, trying to get a gauge on body language. You can definitely sense the confidence from Roanoke. Lynchburg men with a successful yet disappointed feeling about how they're swimming. They know that progress is being made, just not enough. And for both women, there's just that extreme focus. They know how close this event is. You don't even have to know what the score is to know that it's tight between those two schools. And Lynchburg knows how important it is for the program's growth. And Roanoke, of course, definitely, they want to keep a tight grip on their lead in the series, if you will. 100 yards into this backstroke event, a 1:10.05 leads all swimmers. It's Cass Carpenter from Sweetbriar. Carpenter in excellent position to bring home the victory in this first of 2 heats. 2:26.53 is the final time for Carpenter. And looks like it'll be Mackenzie Betts finishing second, with Amanda Cash coming home in third. 8 swimmers up next for the ladies' 200-yard backstroke. In lane 1, it'll be Hadley Baker from Roanoke, followed by Lindsay Hare in lane 2 for Lynchburg. Then it's Bailey Gallagher from Roanoke in lane 3, Carolina Steckler in lane 4, swimming for Lynchburg. Maddie Andrews in lane 5 for the Maroons, followed by a Hornet named Jordan Reeder in lane 6. Beth Larkin, who calls Salem, Virginia home right now when she's on campus, is in lane 7. And Shelly Harris in lane 8 makes her residence on Lakeside Drive. Everyone off with a good start. 200-yard backstroke. There'll be 1 heat for the men coming up next as they walk to the blocks. The ladies in heat 2 of 2 finish 25 yards. Right now we've got the leader in Maddie Andrews touching the wall with a time of 30:22. Then it's a 30:66 for Carolina Steckler in lane 4. Lindsay Hare in third place right now with a 31:30. Andrews with about the same amount of a lead as she had after 50 yards. After 100, she's still in the lead, a 102.86 to a 103.78. It's also Lindsay Hare in third place, followed by Bailey Gallagher out of Roanoke in fourth. So the battle is in lanes 4, 5, and 2. Or 2, 4, and 5 if you want to go in numerical order. And pulling away now is Maddie Andrews in lane 5. A full body length lead with 50 yards to go. A 136.11 to a 138.03. Tight race for third place, or second place I should say, between second and third. It's Steckler and Hare, battle of the Hornets right there. Lanes 2 and 4. In the end, it'll be Maddie Andrews giving Roanoke 9 points in this event. Lynchburg going to try and take more than that with a second and third place finish. It is Andrews with a 209.66, followed by Steckler's 212.41 and Lindsay Hare's 213.98. So 9 points for Roanoke. Then 7 points for Lynchburg's finish in second and third place. And Roanoke will pick up 2 points thanks to that fourth place finish. And Hadley Baker will give Roanoke another one thanks to the fifth place finish. Again, much like track. And Lynchburg on the track side have known this for a few years, getting much better at it. But when Natalie Deacon was running for Lynchburg, she would win the event, and then 4 Washington Elite Generals would be right behind her. So she got the win, but the Generals got the most points in that event. So not always about who finishes first. It's about where those finishes come in the meat of that event. And for Roanoke, they did a great job of getting fourth and fifth and first to come away with more points in that event than Lynchburg, who finished second and third. I just learned all this 20 minutes before the event tonight, so I think I'm saying it out loud just as much for me as I am you, because you probably know how swim meets are scored. Here's the men's 200-yard backstroke. In lane 1, we've got Logan Cale, followed by Kevin Bennett, Mac Calvert, Trevor O'Neill, Jacob Cole, Kellen Campbell, Austin Orange, and Kanan Monteith. Kellen Campbell has had a great start to his 2021 campaign, his second year with the team. He is in second place right now. First place is Trevor O'Neill for the Hornets with the 27.54. Third place is Kevin Bennett with the 27.99. So right now, Lynchburg holding all 3 spots at the top for the men's 200-yard backstroke. Still plenty of time left, though. Not even 100 yards have been complete. Don't be confused by the black cap in lane 6. That is Lynchburg's Kellen Campbell. And right now, the Hornets in control. Kevin Bennett with the lead now, followed by Trevor O'Neill and Kellen Campbell, lanes 2, 4, and 6. Lynchburg also has a 4th place at the moment with Kanan Monteith. So Lynchburg, with 4 swimmers in this event, have all 4 places right now. And it looks like, barring anything crazy, they should hold on to those places. Bennett still in first. Campbell now in second. Bennett in lane 2. He has got a huge lead. He will definitely come away with the victory for the Hornets. Who's going to get second? Looks like Campbell in lane 6 will get that, and Trevor O'Neill will finish in third. What about 4th? Can Lynchburg get all 4 top spots? They will. Bennett, Campbell, O'Neill, and Monteith. Kevin Bennett, the only swimmer under 2 minutes with a 1:58.48. Excellent swim, excellent event for Lynchburg to help out with their progress overall on the men's side. Event 19, the women's 200-yard breaststroke. Just 1 heat in this event, 8 swimmers, and they go like this. In lane 1, Kylie Kolko. Lane 2, Claire Evco, both from Lynchburg. Audrey Payne out of Roanoke in lane 3. Delaney Kennedy from Lynchburg in lane 4, followed by Sarah Virginia Scott in lane 5 from Roanoke. Then it's Lynchburg's Claire Galloway, Roanoke's Cara Veal, and Lynchburg's Grace Zaukind. 200-yard breaststroke. Claire Galloway, based on past finishes, is the favorite in lane 6. But if you've watched Lynchburg this year, you know that Delaney Kennedy will push her to the limit in lane 4. And oh, by the way, in lane 5, in the middle of those two, is Sarah Virginia Scott. She's in lane 5 for a reason. After 50 yards, it is Delaney Kennedy with a 34.05, followed by Claire Galloway and Grace Zaukind in lane 8. This could be the event Lynchburg takes back some of the points they gave up on the women's side shortly after the intermission. Kennedy in control in lane 4, 1:12.27, 100 yards into the event. Claire Galloway in second, and now Sarah Virginia Scott starting to pick up. She's in third place with a 1:14.13, less than a second behind Galloway. Delaney Kennedy has not slowed down one bit. She is still in control. Galloway is starting to push a little bit more, as well as Virginia Scott. Those are still your 1, 2, and 3. Grace Salkind in lane 8 is 4th. Can Galloway pressure the newcomer? In the event that Galloway impressed so much last season. There's the battle for you. Lane 4 and lane 6. Kennedy seems to have it in hand, and she will. Delaney Kennedy will win the women's 200-yard breaststroke, followed by Claire Galloway and Roanoke's Sarah Virginia Scott. Those are your top 3. Kennedy finishes with a 2:30.60, a 2:31.82 for Galloway, and a 2:34.55 for Sarah Virginia Scott. In 4th place is Grace Salkind, and then Claire Evco in 5th. Top 5 receive points. And if there are more than 3 swimmers from a single school in the top 5, that 4th swimmer is out. And the next school gets bumped up. So I think Roanoke ends up with 5 points after that event. Lynchburg would come away with 14. So it definitely helps their cause in trying to catch back up with that slim margin lead that Roanoke had of 7 points after the first intermission. Here's the men's 200-yard breaststroke. Let's go through the list of swimmers. Starting in lane 1, Connor Bitts from Roanoke. Jason Weed in lane 2 from Lynchburg. Then it's Davis Wheeler in lane 3 from Roanoke. Spencer Swam in lane 4 from Lynchburg, followed by Connor Kinkema in lane 5 for the Maroons. A Hornet in lane 6 named Evan Gavin, followed by a Maroon named Jacob Wynn in lane 7. Got some very appropriate names in this event for sports and swimming. We've talked about Spencer Swam. You've also got Jacob Wynn out there. He's destined to be an athlete. Coming up on 100 yards, and it's all Roanoke in this event. Check them out, 1 through 4 right now, being led by Connor Kinkema. Who else? A 102.75, 100 yards in, followed by Davis Wheeler and Connor Bitts in lanes 3 and 1. Kinkema still in the lead, a 1:37.06, over a 3-second lead to Davis Wheeler in 2nd place. Then it's Connor Bitts in 3rd, Jacob Wynn in 4th, Spencer Swam in 5th, and Jason Weed in 6th. Evan Gavin will round out the 7 swimmers in the men's 200-yard breaststroke. And it's going to be Connor Kinkema dominating, finishing with a time of 2:12.36. Excellent swim for Kinkema, and an excellent swim and result for the Maroons. They lock out the first 4 places on the big board. Kinkema, Bitts, Wheeler, and Wynn. Then it'll be Spencer Swam, Jason Weed, and Evan Gavin for the Hornets. That's where that rule about only being 3 of one school finishing in the top 5 as far as keeping points comes into play. So Jacob Wynn will actually drop out of the points places, and you see Lynchburg grab a couple, but it won't be enough on the men's side. There's already a pretty decisive lead of 82-49 after 14 events for Roanoke. Now to our medium distance for the evening. Women's and men's 500-yard freestyle. We begin with the ladies, as always. They will await their teammates to stand at the other end, 25 yards away with the paddle, reminding them of how many lengths they still have to go. Once they are ready, the officials will be ready. They'll jump in the pool, and I'll tell you who they are. Because it's 500 yards, and I need to fill time. Looks like everybody's ready to go. Oh, we're missing a paddle. Coach Green's going to head to the shed. It's a closet. It's not a shed. And take it down to lane 8 for Sweet Briar. Nora Florio is down there. Well, she's up here, actually, on the block. But her teammate is down there in lane 9. Coach Green looking all spiffy and snazzy. Best dressed coach on the staff. No offense, Coach Dunn. Our photographer, Aaron Farina, snapped a picture of him too, so maybe she'll put that on the website and y'all can see what I saw. Anyway, right? Exactly. Now let's tell you who is in the pool for the women's 500-yard freestyle event. We begin, as we always do, in lane 1, and we go all the way down to lane 9 for this one. Abby Arthur from Lynchburg is in lane 1, followed by Grace Fountain from Roanoke in lane 2. Then in lane 3, it's Dharma Keir out of the Sweetbriar College team, followed by Madeline Corbett in lane 4 from Lynchburg. Izzy Mack is in the 5th lane from Roanoke College. Sweetbriar's Cass Carpenter is in lane 6. Then it's Lynchburg's Emma Grace Spock in lane 7. Rounding out the women's 500-yard freestyle, Roanoke's Julia Valls and Sweetbriar's Nora Florio. This event gave me time to look down at this random pen I found. It's from Chippewa College. Anybody ever heard of it? Chippewa College. Don't know. May we help you, Miss Farina? Just checking our progress. In case you wonder, we are on event number 21. Right? Yes, event 21. I always have to check now based on what happened earlier. I got to make sure that I'm in the right spot. 28 events. After event 24, which is the men's 100-yard butterfly, there will be another 10-minute intermission and a chance for us to update the scoreboard to show you the scores between Lynchburg and Roanoke on the women's and men's side. Again, at the first intermission, Roanoke with a healthy lead over Lynchburg's men, 82-49. That does not look to be threatened. But the women's, well, it's a bit too close to know right now because I haven't been able to keep score like I wanted to. So we know that after 14 events, it was 69-62 Roanoke. We know that following that, they had a couple really good swims as far as maximizing the points they could pick up. And Lynchburg followed suit with a couple of their own. So I imagine once we get to the intermission, we will see certainly that the final two events on the women's side will be crucial to the final tally of the night. The women's 400-yard IM and then the women's 200-yard freestyle relay. Don't go anywhere just yet. Well, I mean, you can go right now. You got about 5 more minutes before this one's over. If you haven't tried those Doritos cottage cheese combination yet, you can do that now. Or never. That's up to you. Julia Valls is in lane 8. She has the lead. 3:18.42 so far, followed by Grace Fountain in lane 2, and then Izzy Mack in lane 5. First Lynchburg Hornet on the board is Madeline Corbett in lane 4. She is in 4th place. $14 links complete right now. Grace Fountain has taken the lead from Julia Valls. A 3:52.10 at the moment. Madeline Corbett still holding down 4th place in lane 4, the first Hornet on the board. This is an event that the Maroons can extend that slim lead to make it larger, because right now they've got the top 3 spots covered. Corbett coming on strong, though. She's really pushing for that 3rd spot. She's only trailing by roughly half a second. Last 75 yards coming up. With 50 to go, it's Grace Fountain in lane 2, followed by Julia Valls in lane 8, then Izzy Mack in lane 5, and Madeline Corbett in lane 4. Madeline, I beg your pardon. Great battle in lane 4 and 5. First place is no doubt. It'll be Grace Fountain. What about 3rd? Corbett pushing with all she's got to the very end, but it will be a podium lockout for the Maroons. It's Fountain, then Voles, followed by Mack and Corbett for Lynchburg. Fountain wins with a time of 5:31.47. Abby Arthur snags the last point of the women's 500-yard freestyle with a 5:55.83 in lane 1. We still have Dharma Keir and Nora Florio in the pool for the Vixens. Keir is finishing up. I think Florio still has 50 yards to go. But another great performance for Roanoke. They needed one of those heading into the intermission just to feel even more comfortable towards the end of this event. Take a quick look at the composite schedule at lynchburgsports.com. You'll see that Lynchburg women's basketball earned their 4th victory in a row with a 57-49 win at Ferrum tonight. So congratulations to the Lady Hoop Stars. We will see them here on LHSN Tuesday night in a non-conference game against the Wasps of Emory and Henry College. That game being added due to the cancellation of the remainder of the season for Guilford College and Hollins University. Time now for the men's 500 freestyle event. Once they get in the water, I'll tell you who they are and what lane they're in. But until then, silence. That's James Miles in lane 1. He was the closest to your screen when they started. Now he's the furthest away as they get going from Roanoke College. Zachary Bennett in lane 2 from Lynchburg. Then it's Josh Rauch in lane 3 from Roanoke. Landon Ellis in lane 4 from Lynchburg, followed by Ben Tate in lane 5 for the Maroons. Then, alternating again, Lynchburg, Roanoke, we have Matt Fields, Jake Bowery, Jacob Lafferty, and Cole Henson. Little breather there during the men's 500 freestyle event. We take a look at the leaderboard, and we see in the lead it is lane 5's Ben Tate by a large margin. Pretty tight for second, so we'll wait for the times to show up on the screen. A 2:53.67 so far for Ben Tate. And then in second place, it'll be Landon Ellis for Lynchburg, followed by Josh Rauch in third place. A 3:54 to a 3:77. I also want to take some time during that break to look at the schedules, just to let everybody know what's up next. Each of these squads, Lynchburg and Roanoke, have one meet remaining before the ODAC Championships, which will be held in this building, Liberty University Natatorium. There will not be travel to the Greensboro Coliseum as it has been so in the past. That will be March 5th through the 7th, again in here inside the Liberty University Natatorium. Can't say what the links will be. It will be the ODAC in charge of the streams, but certainly once those are available, we will make them available to you on our respective websites. Lynchburg will host William Peace and Southern Virginia on Wednesday of this coming week, right here on LHSN. And in Roanoke on February 13th, next Saturday, will host the Wasps of E&H, Emery and Henry, for the uninitiated. Final 50 for Ben Tate, 4:23.46 so far. Second place is Josh Rauch, followed by Landon Ellis in third. Rauch right now has a little over a second lead from second to third place, I should say. Ben Tate, well, he's got a ginormous lead. Almost 50 yards of a lead. What a swim for Ben Tate. 4:52.67, your men's 500 freestyle winner. followed by Josh Rauch in third. In second, in lane 3, Landon Ellis for Lynchburg finishes third in lane 4. Jake Bowery finishing fourth in lane 7, followed by Matt Fields, who will be in 5th place. In lane 6, Cole Henson pushing pretty hard in lane 9, but he finishes 6th. James Miles finishes 7th, and Zachary Bennett for the Hornets will finish in 8th. I want to say thank you to Mandy Hands. It's been a while since I was able to check my Instagram messages, but it's a good time to look at it. Thank you so much for your feedback and support. As we are inching ever closer to the end. 2 more events before our final intermission. Women's 100-yard butterfly. 9 swimmers, ranging from Hornets to Maroons to Vixens. They're all out there. And here is the list of those swimmers and their names. Lane 1, Madeline Corbett from the University of Lynchburg. Ariana Perez in lane 2 from Lynchburg, followed by Mariah Vinson in lane 3 from Roanoke. Molly Shand in lane 4 for Lynchburg. Kimberly Large in lane 5 for Roanoke. Then it's 2 Hornets, Hannah Hale and Corinne Ford, followed by a Vixen, Devin Montgomery, and rounding out the 9 swimmers in the women's 100-yard butterfly, University of Lynchburg, Francesca Kuchna. And we are almost finished. 50 yards already done. The leader, 2 leaders, Vincent and Large, lanes 3 and 5. And right now it's Large, Kimberly Large, with the lead over her teammate, Mariah Vincent. It will be Kimberly Large getting 9 points for this event. A 59-59 final time. And Hannah Hale with a 3rd place finish. Excellent swim in lane 6. 3rd place, 103.63. Your 2nd place finisher was Mariah Vincent in lane 3 with a 102.48. Men's 100-yard butterfly. Then we take a break. We show you scores and we get ready for the final 4 events of the night. Eight swimmers in this one. Alternating from Roanoke to Lynchburg, starting in lane 1. Matt Coaches, Henry Walls in lane 2, Chris Homer in lane 3, Parker Hands in lane 4. Mandy's paying attention to this one for sure. Caleb Payne in lane 5, Gavin Wietendorf in 6, Ian Densley in lane 7, and Jackson Sitton is in lane 8. Here they come, 50 yards at the wall. First place is Parker Hands, closely followed by Caleb Payne in lane 5. 3rd place is lane 1. To keep your eyeballs glued to the middle of the pool. Lanes 4 and 5. That's the battle for first. Hands gets the turn first. He comes up out of the water second, but he's got the lead. Check out Parker Hands pulling away, full body length. And Hands is going to win the men's 100-yard butterfly. 2nd place is Matt Coaches in lane 1, followed by Caleb Payne in lane 5. 4th place, Jackson Sitton in lane 8. Really close swim there between the Maroons and the Hornets. That was fun. And this is a break. 4 events to go. 10-minute intermission getting underway right now. As soon as we have those scores, we will let you know by putting up a beautiful graphic on the screen. In the meantime, time for a swig of water. You're watching ODAC Swimming on LHSN. All right, we are on to our final 4 events of the evening. Welcome back here to LHSN's production of tonight's ODAC swimming meet. I'm Joe Hutzler, riding solo with you tonight, and hope you've enjoyed the production so far based on the feedback we've gotten to this point. You have, so thank you very much. 4 events to go. This is the women's 400-yard individual medley. 1 heat in this event, 7 swimmers. In lane 1, it's Bailey Gallagher from Roanoke, followed by Savannah Solenberger in lane 2 for Lynchburg. Then it'll be Roanoke's Izzy Mack, Lynchburg's Delaney Kennedy, Mariah Vincent in lane 5 from Roanoke, Peyton Murphy in lane 6 from Sweetbriar, and Carolina Steckler, who's had a pretty good night tonight, rounds out our swimmers in lane 7 for Lynchburg. After 50 yards, it's Mariah Vincent in lane 5 with a 29.34, followed by Solenberger and Kennedy. 2 Hornets trailing the Maroon. You saw the scores on your screen during that intermission in case you just got back because you heard the silky pipes of Joe Hutzler. These are our scores after 24 events. The men, it's Roanoke 140, Lynchburg 86. On the women's side, the Maroons pulled away a little bit between events 14 and 24. They lead it now 127 to 99. So certainly progress will be a huge post-game conversation, positive progress for the Hornets, but they still have some work to do if they want to jump up and over the Maroons of Roanoke on both sides. It's still Mariah Vincent in the lead by more than a body length. She's got a 140.13 after the backstroke. I think that was the first 50 of the backstroke. Yep, this should be the second 50. Lynchburg still with second and third in hand, but getting a good challenge. Those bottom 3 lanes, well, bottom to me, top to you, 1, 2, and 3 are very tight. Vincent still with the lead. Delaney Kennedy in lane 4 in second place. Bailey Gallagher now steals away third in lane 1. So now it's a Maroon followed by a Hornet and a Maroon. .50 yards of the breaststroke being completed. Not much has changed at the top. Vincent, then Kennedy, and then who knows for third. Check this out. It should be Mack, but barely. A 306.84 to a 307.18 and a 307.68. That's third, fourth, and fifth. Mack, Gallagher, and Solenberger. Crucial if Solenberger can get third. Again, helping out with those points in the top 5. Meanwhile, I didn't even check this out. Can't even spit it out. It's so surprising. Delaney Kennedy made a huge turn after 50 yards of the breaststroke, and now with the freestyle left, she's only a half a body length behind Vincent. Where did Kennedy come from? If I had her bio in front of me, I could tell you exactly where she's from. But nevertheless, we've got ourselves a great finish in the 400-yard medley, individual medley between Kennedy and Vincent, lanes 4 and 5. 50 yards to go. It's a full body length now for Vincent. I think she realized Kennedy was right there. Man, that turn for Kennedy is so good. See the way she jumped out off that turn. Can she get another good one here to pull even? Here's the finish. Get on your feet. We all are. Look at Delaney Kennedy pulling away. What a comeback! Kennedy will win the women's 400-yard medley. 4:46.55 beats a 4:47.45. Vincent was in control until the final 25 yards. And then Lynchburg will bring home third. In lane 7, Carolina Steckler, a 4:58.25, and Solenberger gets fourth. So Lynchburg, with a first, a third, and a fourth, will maximize their points opportunities. What a swim after that intermission, and what a great showing for Delaney Kennedy. Early in her career, her first season with Lynchburg, that is a statement swim. I don't know if someone just opened the door and that's why I have goosebumps, or if it's from that event. I think it's from the event, man. Whew, that was awesome. You got a lot to live up to, men. We'll see if they can do it. 400-yard individual medley for the men. 9 lanes, all of them, a full pool here, with 3 events overall to go. In lane 1, it's Davis Wheeler, then Luca Hokai, Ian Densley, Trevor O'Neill, Connor Kinkema, Spencer Swam, Jacob Wynn, Chris Richardson, and Austin Orange. To my right, constant celebration going on ever since Delaney Kennedy got back, and for good reason. What an absolute incredible swim for her. Can't get over it. And so thankful that we were able to capture it on this production, and she'll have a moment she can watch for as long as there's electricity and internet. Because we're definitely not taking that down. Meanwhile, coming up on 100 yards complete in the men's 400-yard individual medley. It's a tight race for first. It's Davis Wheeler, followed by Connor Kinkema and Trevor O'Neill. 2 Maroons and a Hornet in the top 3 spots. 6 hundredths separating the top 3. And it looks like O'Neill is going to take the lead after 50 yards of the backstroke. And he does, a 1:33.84 currently. O'Neill maintains half a second lead over Kinkema. Kinkema is an excellent breaststroker, and he's showing it right here. In 25 yards, he has not only caught up to O'Neill, but he has passed him. A full body length now. He just looks different. Just look at lane 5. It just, everything about his breaststroke is perfect. Now it's a tight battle for second, and it looks like Roanoke is going to take second place at the moment, with Davis Wheeler in first, Jacob Wynn in third. So now all of a sudden the Maroons have the top 3 spots. Can O'Neill stay close enough to push hard in the freestyle to get a top 3 finish? That's what he has to look at now, because all he can see in front of him is Kinkema continuing to just pull away. Now it's domination for the Maroons. Kinkema in first, Wheeler in second, and Wynn in third. Trevor O'Neill in 4th place for Lynchburg. Kinkema with 50 yards to go. Well in control. Simply incredible swim for Connor Kinkema. Bided his time, spent 200 yards behind O'Neill in the slipstream, if you will. And as soon as it's flipped over to breaststroke, he took off. And Kinkema will touch the wall at a time of 4:24.31 to take the win in the men's 400-yard IM. 2nd place, Davis Wheeler for for Roanoke in lane 1. 3rd place, Jacob Wynn for Roanoke in lane 7. And Trevor O'Neill holds on to 4th place with a 4:35.70. But Ian Densley was hot on his tail. Or a stinger, I guess. He's a Hornet, after all. All right, folks, you made it this far. Check your battery level on your laptop or your phone. Make sure it's plugged in. Just 2 events to go. The women's 200-yard freestyle relay, followed by the gentlemen. 7 lanes. Well, 1 through 7 with a couple of skips. Let's look at this, actually. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So 6 lanes being used in the women's 200-yard freestyle. We will see Lynchburg, Roanoke, Sweet Briar, Lynchburg. Our first leg will feature Grace Zaukind, Kimberly Large, Lindsay Hare, Maddie Andrews, Cass Carpenter, and Delaney Kennedy, who's coming off a spectacular swim in the 400-yard IM. We'll see what she's got for the 200-yard freestyle. She only has to go 50 yards, so she probably still has enough gas to get up and back pretty quick. But that's all speculation. Roanoke's A team is in lane 3. Lynchburg's A team is in lane 4. So on paper, that's who you would expect to have the best chance to win. But again, that's just on paper. We don't play games on paper. We play games with paper sometimes, paper football. You'd probably make a game out of origami if you wanted to. I don't know. Who can build the fastest swan? We have a delay in the action. The officials wearing the white polos are conferring along the back wall about something. Mr. Mearswell, one of those people, was a Lynchburg College swimmer during the first iteration of the program back in the 70s. And now he's an official. And he's been at, I think it's been every event I've been to here in the last 2 years. All right, looks like the 2 gentlemen controlling the show are ready for the last 2 events to get underway. Again, the women's 200-yard freestyle relay. Freestyle stroke, 50 yards up and back for each swimmer. 4 swimmers for each team. Lynchburg's A team is in lane 4. Roanoke's A team is in lane 3. On my calculations, which again, I wasn't good at math, Roanoke has about a 10-point lead coming into this last event. Both Lynchburg and Roanoke sporting multiple teams. Roanoke has 2 teams out there. Lynchburg has 3. Second leg features Caitlin Freese, Elizabeth Roberts, Erin Woodkowski, Grace Fountain, Dharma Keir, and Abby Arthur. After 50 yards, it is Roanoke's Kimberly Large in lane 3 for the Roanoke A team in the lead, followed by Lynchburg's A team in lane 4 in second place. Swimming third for these teams, Jordan Reeder, Paige Shaka, Corinne Ford, Kara Veal, Devin Montgomery, and Nono Nolan. And it is still the A team for Roanoke leading. Now they've got a 2-second lead over Lynchburg's A team in lane 4. All about pure speed in the freestyle. As fast as you can. Final leg coming up. Madeline Foreman, Hannah Petty, Claire Galloway, Julia Valls, Nora Florio, and Ariana Perez. It's still lane 3 and 4. It's still a 2-second lead for Roanoke. Third place is also Roanoke in lane 5. 25 yards to go. Can lane 3 hold on? It's Hannah Petty versus Claire Galloway now. Lanes 3, lane 4, Galloway pushing. Petty trying to hold on at the wall. It's going to be Petty with a 1:40.97, winning it for Roanoke. Claire Galloway, a second place finish from her team, a 1:41.36. And it's Lynchburg's lane 7, their B team, 1:45.77, picks up third place. Nice push at the end, thanks to Ariana Perez. Didn't see lane 7 coming. But Lynchburg gets second and third. And make those final numbers very intriguing. Final event of the night now, the men's 200-yard freestyle relay. 5 lanes being used, lanes 1, 3, 4, 5, and 7. We begin with Jacob Lafferty, then it's Xavier Williams, William Casemeyer, Ben Tate, and Landon Ellis. Those are your 5 swimmers to start the men's 200-yard freestyle. Gosh, the ladies are so much more delicate at swimming. Look at all that splashing going on. Just a hot mess, but a fast one nonetheless. Second group looks like this: Ryan Legg, Richie Evans, Kellen Campbell, Colin Ruby, and Jackson Sitton. Right now it's lane 3 and Roanoke with the lead, followed by lane 5 for Roanoke in second, and then Lynchburg's lane 4 in third place. Swimming third for each team: Henry Walls, David Ardarqua, Matt Fields, Chris Homer, and Gavin Wietendorf. Still lane 3, and now they're pulling away. Huge lead, over 2 seconds between lane 3 and lane 5, Roanoke's A and B team. Your final swimmers for each lane: Jason Weed, Brian Grimmett, Parker Hands, Cole Henson, and James Hughes. No question about who's going to win this one at this point. Second place is close now. Lynchburg has the second place spot. Matt Fields, an excellent swim, a 22.27, gives them second at the moment by 0.09 of a second. Final leg, here we go. No question, Roanoke's A team in lane 3 is going to get the win, but who's going to get second? Lynchburg pulling away. Parker Hands, the anchor leg, will come home second for Lynchburg. Roanoke wins with a 126.78. Lynchburg battles back for that second place finish, a 129.72. And it is Roanoke in third place with a 130.47. Whew, 28 events in the books. And as always, they finish in a flurry. I am going to do my best to make sure we grab you those final scores between Lynchburg and Roanoke before we hop off the air, because we know that you're interested, and so am I for that matter. It'll help me make the post-game image in about an hour. All right, my director, Max Bourne, is going to go grab those final scores for us. And in the meantime, I want to thank everyone for tuning in tonight. It was an excellent showing by all teams in the pool this evening, and a great broadcast thanks to our student crew. I want to shout them out individually. George Diamond up top, walking back and forth, giving the link-by-link action. Laurencia Moten down here on the pool deck, giving you some hero shots. We've got stationary camera in front of us showing the start and finish at the blocks, and then another camera up top showing the big board for you. Max Bourne, our director, leading the charge, hitting all the right buttons. And I got to tell Erin Farina behind me, she did a great job taking photos. I know she took some pictures for the other schools as well to help them out with their coverage. So, an all-around great effort by everyone involved tonight, including you watching at home with your support, doing all you can to cheer from wherever you might be around the world here during a very unusual time, but tonight having a very usual, high-spirited, high-energy evening inside the Liberty University Natatorium. We will be back here on Wednesday inside this same natatorium for yet another tri-meet or double dual meet when Lynchburg hosts William Peace and Southern Virginia on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Our next broadcast, if you're interested, it will be women's basketball against Emory and Henry on Tuesday at 7 p.m. As well. We got a busy schedule next week. All of our games will be right here on the LHSN YouTube channel. I'm trying to see whose birthday it is. Lynchburg swimming team is right in front of me. I think it's Abby Arthur's birthday. She's the one with the red face and not saying happy birthday. So happy birthday to Abby Arthur. And I think we've got the scores for you. I stole the phone from Max, so he can't write them down for you now. But I can just read them to you related to Roanoke and Lynchburg. On the men's side, Roanoke wins 170-92. And for the women, Roanoke wins 143-119. Certainly some areas that Lynchburg can improve on, but yet another great battle between these two schools. There is a budding rivalry going on, and it is going to be fun to watch over the years to come. Well, that'll wrap things up for us here on LHSN. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and click on the bell icon to receive notifications of every live video as it starts and every video published to the Lynchburg Hornet Sports Network YouTube channel. And for the sake of the fact that Max put it together, there's the graphic for everyone to see. And in case you didn't hear me, now you can read the final scores between Lynchburg and Roanoke. That's that. I don't have anything else to say. I need to go relax, and so do you. Hope you have a great weekend. We'll get it all kicked off again next Monday here on LHSN. Until then, I'm Joe Hutzler, reminding you it's a great day to be a Hornets, and we are one nation.